Hello Libra, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and this is your weekly read for the week of the 25th to the 31st of May 2020. Almost forgot the month then. So it's the end of May already, wow. This year is going so fast. Do you think so? It is for me. Certainly is for me. So it's the weekend when I'm publishing this, which means I've got a half price reading sale. This weekend it's on my past, present, future read. So if you want to know what's been going on for you in the last 2 weeks and why, and more importantly, what's going on in your present and why, and what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks and why, you're going to want to book in for one of those. Now, I get all of my readings out within 24 hours of you booking them. This one is 3 pages long, and this weekend it's 60 Australian dollars instead of 120. I'll post the link for it up there. Click on that. And so 60 Australian dollars is about 35-40 American dollars right now. If your currency isn't American or Australian dollars, then just Google it. What's 60 Australian dollars in your currency? Because they're very low at the moment. And my prices are going up on the 1st of June. So next weekend's half price sale is the last one that's going to be 60 Australian dollars. So book in this weekend, book in next weekend. I'm not sure which reading it's going to be next weekend yet, but it will be one of them, that's for sure. So let's have a look, Libra. What have you got going on this week? What's your story this week, Libra? Communicate gentle okayness. Libra, you've got to watch the general reading for this week, the weekly read for all signs, because it's all about relationship changes, and I'm pretty sure these two exact cards came out together, or maybe something really similar. Communication in relationships, communicating your feelings to someone and being okay about that, even if your feelings are weird, even if your feelings don't make sense, even if you're telling your partner, like, when you do that, it makes me really jealous, and I don't know why, and I know it doesn't make any sense, and I know it's not your fault, but it's making me feel jealous every time you do that. And just like being okay about your feelings like that, even if it doesn't make sense, being okay about communicating it, it's okay. You don't have to justify everything with logic. Feelings don't make sense a lot of the time, so things can trigger us, and we're not asking the other person to change themselves to not trigger us anymore. We're not being like completely ridiculous like that, because that's a ridiculous place, a ridiculous way to be. It's like vegans insisting that everyone be vegan. It's like, that's your choice. Everyone else has got their choice. It's like, don't ask the world to change for you and your sensitivities and your choices. That's not what this is saying, though. This is more about emotional stuff, communicating your emotional stuff to your partner. And that doesn't have to make sense. And it's not that you're asking them to change. Well, you might be asking them to do things a little bit differently, to be sensitive to your feelings, or just be aware about your feelings, that when they do a certain thing, it's triggering you in some way. But yeah, this is more about you being open and sharing with yourself. And sometimes I've been in this position before. As soon as you admit to it, as soon as you're open and admit to it, and it happens again, your partner's just going to look at you and they're going to know, and you're going to feel okay then, because you got that reassurance. It's like suddenly they know how you're feeling because you've communicated it to them. And even if they can't change it because it doesn't make any sense, like there's nothing they can change about what they're doing because it's not real, it's not triggering, it's not a real situation that's triggering it. It's not like saying, oh, I feel jealous when you're cheating on me each time. That would be a real situation, right? This isn't a real situation, but they're aware of it, and then just being aware of it, they can just give you that look and that reassurance, and then you're fine. And these things go away. And these things go away just by sharing that burden, of how you're feeling. So be okay about communicating your feelings in relationships in particular this week. Now, relationships can be romantic relationships. It could be family relationships. It could be close friends as well. So it's a week to be honest about your feelings with those that you're intimate with, not with everyone, like not in the bus line. You don't need to tell everyone about everything. Vegans. I'm treading on dodgy ground talking about vegans. I know how angry they are. Okay, where's this leading? Communicating your emotions to your partner, to intimate relationships, to family. Let's have a look. Yes. You're going to have a better time empowering yourself, just speaking out. As I said, it empowers you. It's like change can happen just by telling people, just by admitting it. It's like, that freaks me out, or I'm really scared, like when I'm close to the edge of the steps there, because I'm afraid of heights. Just telling people about that, about how you're feeling, suddenly frees you from that, and it allows you to have a good time. It's empowering speaking out about that, being vulnerable. As I said, even if it doesn't make sense, like it doesn't make sense to fear heights just being next to the steps, but I do. Like, I'm really sensitive to heights. I can go up like a couple of rungs on a ladder and then start shaking. I'm that bad with heights. That makes no sense. It's as if I'm going to fall off a ladder. But just the same with steps. I still get the terrified of it. So it doesn't have to make sense, but you've empowered yourself by speaking out, and then it frees you up to have a good time. It's like, you know what it does? It releases the stress. Because when you hold your feelings in, when you're keeping it to yourself, when you're trying to hide it, it's like, I don't want to admit to that because that makes me weird, because it doesn't make any logical sense. But if you don't do that, if you don't hold yourself back, if you actually communicate yourself and your feelings, saying, I know this makes no sense, but this is how I feel when I get in this situation, suddenly you're empowered, and you can let it go. It takes you out of that stressful state, and you can start having a good time. This is for those of you, Libra, that get kind of maybe social anxiety, or social anxiety is a good example of it. Or just feeling uneasy around other people, that kind of anxiety, any kind of anxiety, in fact. You'll be surprised at just owning up at your weirdness to others, how much it will empower you and how it will allow you to have a good time, because everyone's weird. They might not be saying it, but everyone's weird. And if you fly your freak flag first, everyone else is going to start flying their freak flag, and they're going to admit to their insecurities, and then everyone can have a laugh at it and then start having a good time together because they're all empowered then, and they've all released their stress. Yeah. They've all released their stress. Offloaded it. Flying the freak flag. Because we're all weird. We're all weird. We're all insecure. We all have like weird feelings that don't make any logical sense. It's part of being human. And when we admit to that, when we just tell someone about it, it just makes everything better. Libra, you've got abundance go within. Oh, so things changing. There's things changing this week for you. Abundance. You're opening up to it more. It's part of this emotional change. It's an inside job, abundance. It's a feeling. It's you loving yourself no matter what, whether you've got money or not, and then suddenly money starts flowing as soon as you can do that. Libra, it's an inside job. The emotional changes, this admitting your fears and insecurities to other people, your anxieties, stuff like that, is going to do more than you think. It's not just going to allow you to have a good time with your friends and get them to open up and admit their insecurities and stuff so that you're all stress-free and having a good time. It's also going to unlock your abundance. You've got an emotional abundance block going on. Did you know that? You do now, Libra. You've had that going on, and the key to unlocking an abundance block is in this week, and it's to do with that emotional communication stuff. So expect to see changes in your abundance magically this week because of this. The key, so if you suddenly start having a good time with your friends because you've spoken out about it, and then you turn around to this other part in your life saying, oh, I'm a bit worried about money. Hang on a minute, this worry, it feels pretty much the same as the anxiety that I was having that I admitted to my friends. Hang on, friends, just come back. I just want to tell you, I'm freaking out because I don't think I can pay my rent next week. Admitting your feelings frees it up. It frees it up. It lets that stress go. And when you're not in a stress state about money, you start making good decisions that actually start bringing you money. Good decisions in your work or whatever, yeah? Just everything changes. It allows that abundance to come in. Oh, you've also got reaching out and respect too. So this is what I was just saying. When you haven't got any worries anymore because you've admitted how you're feeling about money worries and things like that, you're not worried about it anymore. You've just flown your freak flag. Everyone's admitted that they're in the same boat too. They're all terrified about money as well. And you've got that off your chest. You're not stressing out about it anymore because it was the emotional stuff that was the biggest problem for you. Little did you know, Libra. Then as I said, then you'll start making better decisions for yourself in your work and toward money and stuff. And then you're going to start reaching out from this place of respect. So once you realize that everyone else has got money worries too, because you've admitted to that and how it makes you feel, then you're like, well, if everyone else feels like that too, then why don't I go for that better job? Or why don't I approach those customers? And if everyone feels the same as me, I'm not a freak after all. And maybe I can do what that person's doing over there that's got all of this financial success. You start reaching out from a place of respecting yourself instead of a place of fear and of worry and of, oh, I don't do that because everyone else is sorted with money and I'm not. That's the difference. So you becoming emotionally honest this week and communicating it, it's going to unlock all kinds of things for you. You're going to start reaching out of a place of self-respect because of it. That sounds great to me. Does it sound good to you, Libra? If it does, click like on this video and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment as well. What did you get out of that? How does it resonate with you? I love hearing from you guys. Have a good week. And don't forget that half-price reading sale. If you'd like a private reading with me, book in for one of those this weekend. Try me out. I'd love to read for you. Have an amazing week, Libra. I'll see you next time. Bye.